What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I decided I would come on here and talk to you guys live because I've gotten some pretty interesting kind of like calls that I've been on and things for people who are wanting to join my online coaching program. And I really appreciate those calls because I feel like that's when people are being incredibly forthcoming and just really telling me about how they feel and kind of like where their head is. So I talked to this girl today, and she was saying that one of my videos in particular really resonated with her. And it was a video, I don't know which one it was, but it was a video somewhere where I said something about being diagnosed pre-diabetic and that not doing a thing. Not doing a thing. So let me go back in case there's anybody who is new around here. My name is Cookie Miller, and I'm a certified personal trainer, a weight loss specialist, and I have lost 100 pounds myself. And so I share all of my tips and tricks here on YouTube and also on my Instagram channel and things like that. So anyway, she was just saying that that really resonated with her. And it's like, I feel like that's something that's not really talked about very much, in the sense of like, being so-called scared about different diseases and things like that that you can get from actually having obesity. So being a victim of an obesity-related illness, basically. So yeah, I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that I was pre-diabetic way back when. And that was just not something that made me just want to, go and just like, lose the weight. It was more so like, it was shocking, but it just wasn't enough to just like push me. And then I got another DM from someone, and in that DM, they were saying, well, what was it like? What moment did you have? What was like that one moment where you just were like, this is it, and I'm gonna do it now? And it's like, there wasn't like one moment. There wasn't just one thing that happened that just made me like want to actually lose the weight. There wasn't a defining moment. And I feel like if there were to have been a defining moment, it would have been when my doctor told me that I was pre-diabetic. Like, I would love for the story to be, my doctor told me I was pre-diabetic, and then I just got my stuff together because I didn't want to. I mean, that's what would make sense, right? Like that, I feel like that's what would make sense in my head, but that is not what happened. It had to have been something that was internal within me that kind of just switched to like, I'm sick of me type of thing. Like, I'm so tired of starting things and not finishing them. And just, it was more so like a disgust with myself, with my lack of commitment to anything really at that point in my life. And so I think that is the thing that changed. But then outside of that, the results just drove me to keep going. I didn't quit because I would keep going long enough to actually see results. So I think a lot of times people kind of just get into whatever it is that they're doing, and then it's like they don't even give it a chance. Like, you have to give it a chance to work. You have to give yourself a chance to show up and to do what you said you were going to do. Right? Like, you have to give yourself that opportunity. So if you're not giving yourself enough time to actually adjust to the lifestyle, and you're just trying to do, let's do keto for 3 days, and let's do a water fast, and let's do, you're bouncing around, then you're not giving yourself that opportunity. You're not giving yourself a fair chance to actually see results. So I wouldn't say, just like when I talked about motivation versus discipline, right? It's that same kind of thing. It's not like there's just this one thing that clicked. It's just that I stuck to something. And it's like, when I stuck to that thing, then I saw results. And when I saw those results, you can tell me nothing. You could tell me nothing. You can tell me nothing. Okay? Because when you start seeing that, okay, on the scale, I am losing this amount of weight, or I am, I'm making progress, or the best thing is like, you're trying on your clothes and your clothes are fitting differently, and next thing you know, your clothes are getting big, and like, that is what motivated me to keep going. But you first have to get to a point where you tell yourself, like, I'm trying not to curse right now, but you check yourself and you say, I'm not about to mess this up. You know what I'm saying? You say, I'm going to do this for however long, and my goal is to make this a part of my lifestyle, versus my goal is to just like try to do this diet thing. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that that's making sense to y'all. I did see that a message popped up, and someone is asking, can someone potentially lose 100 pounds without working out? Absolutely. Someone can lose 100 pounds without working out. You don't have to work out to lose weight at all. You never have to work out to lose weight. Remember, losing weight is a matter of calories in versus calories out. So all you have to do is reduce your caloric intake or increase your caloric output or your energy output. So meaning you're being more active and things like that. And you can lose weight like that. The problem with losing weight like that is that you will not be in control of whether or not you're sustaining your muscle. And then so a few things, aesthetically, it may not be the outcome that you want, because then you're losing not just your body fat, but you're also losing your muscle. And then you may start to have kind of like a gaunt look with your face sunken in, and just like, you know, you tend to have a lot more loose skin whenever you lose weight that way. So I would highly recommend incorporating weight training into your working out. And then also just having a higher amount of muscle on your body actually helps you to burn your fat. So if you increase your muscle that you have by doing lifting weights and doing different types of exercises, then that's going to help you to get to your ultimate goal. And so, yeah, absolutely. Diet, guys, we know they always say diet is, it's 50% or, whatever. We know that diet is a part of it, but diet, I would say, is like 75% of it. And then it just depends on what your aesthetic goal is. Do you have an aesthetic goal that you want to reach? Most people do. And I feel like nobody wants to talk about the aesthetic goals, because I guess it seems so shallow. But people have aesthetic goals. Like, we want to feel confident about ourselves, and we want to feel confident about our body. And so, yeah, we have aesthetic goals that we want to reach, and that is A-okay. That is A-okay. So I just wanted to pop on here and let you guys know about kind of like the comments that I've been getting, and just tell you all that even though the diabetes thing should have been what jolted me into, losing weight and doing things that I was supposed to be doing, it wasn't. It didn't happen like that for me. What worked for me was just to actually see the results, and I saw the results because I kept going. So if you are having a hard time, getting started because you're not seeing results, and you have to then ask yourself, well, am I even giving this a fair chance? Like, whatever it is that I'm doing. If you're going to do keto, if you're going to do low carb, if you're going to do, I kind of roll my eyes at all the different things that are out there, but it's just like, if you're going to do any of those things, then you need to actually try to do it, and to actually focus on what you're doing, actually execute it, actually see the results. Diabetes is not scaring me. Yeah, so when you have a sugar addiction, you have to understand, like, there are people who are drug addicts, right? And they know very well that whatever type of drug it is that they're doing could potentially, kill them. But we still have people, within the world that are still addicted to drugs, and people don't understand that sugar is also an addiction in that sense. And so it's not like you just, you get the news. If I could go back to that day, I feel like I probably got the news from my doctor and probably ate something very, very sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that same day. So that is just not, because at that point it's like, you're like, I'm an emotional eater, and now you just told me something that's very emotional, and I don't know how to control it, and maybe I'm just going to eat something sweet. And so, yeah, definitely having a sugar addiction is like a very real thing, and telling someone that they are diabetic doesn't necessarily just fix that. It doesn't just fix that, but you have to just keep trying, particularly with sugar addiction. Just start to slowly limit the amount of sugar that you're taking in, so that you can essentially wean yourself off of the addictive part of eating sugar, and then eventually you can start bringing it back in. So I am so proud of you. Look at you. I'm reading my comments, and it says what made me choose a healthy lifestyle was aesthetics. I'm not even gonna lie. So there were a lot of things. Okay, for one, I was very tired of being the only one in my girlfriend group that was always tired. I was always tired. I couldn't keep up with my girlfriends. Going out with them, walking in heels was uncomfortable. I couldn't cross my legs. I was in my early 20s, and I couldn't cross my legs. Like I was uncomfortable. None of my clothes fit. Nothing fit right. I didn't like the way that I looked in the mirror. I hated it. I hated it. So that was like, those things are the things that catapulted me. And if you've seen some of the videos that I've done, I developed acanthosis all over my skin. And it darkened my skin. It made it dry and patchy. And basically, if you don't know, acanthosis is like, it's a symptom that comes from whenever you are developing diabetes, within your body. And so that is what I ended up having. And when I saw that, and when my doctor told me it may not go away, but it possibly might go away if you change your diet, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna really get this together. So, it was like the symptom of the thing that I should have really, really been worried about was what really kind of like pushed me into doing what I should have been doing anyway. So I hope that answers your question that you had. But anyway, I want to let you guys know that I definitely did film some videos for you guys, and I'm going to be posting a video next week. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me, because I know here on YouTube it's been a little up and down, but I really appreciate y'all. So that's why I wanted to hop on live unannounced and just say what's up to you guys, and say that I really love and appreciate the support from my YouTube family who's been holding me down throughout this entire journey. I hope that you guys will follow me on Instagram, which is Cookie Miller, because I do post on there a bit more often, and I'll definitely have some content there. Someone is asking whether or not I got rid of diabetes. Yes. So I was diagnosed pre-diabetic whenever I first started my weight loss journey. The whole story is basically I had acanthosis that developed on my face, the dark patches everywhere. I went to see my dermatologist. When I went to see my dermatologist, she said, this is what I think this is. There's no cream or there's nothing that I can give you to help you with this. You need to go and see your primary care doctor, and then they're probably going to have to do a fasted blood test. So I went to go see my primary care doctor. I had a fasted blood test done. And when she came back, she's like, yeah, so you are pre-diabetic. And if you do not lose weight, and if you do not change your lifestyle and your diet, you will be a full-blown diabetic, like ASAP. And your girl was just like, I don't know. I'm still not scared. I was like, but then, going back to my dermatologist again, because I was just hard-headed. I was like, okay, so what kind of cream can you give me for this stuff on my face? And then she's just like, no, like, seriously, if you do not lose the weight, like it's not going to go away. And even if you do lose the weight, it may not go away. And so I had a better chance of trying to lose the weight to make it go away. And that's what helped me. As soon as I started to lose the weight, and as soon as I started to increase my water intake, my skin cleared up so fast. My skin cleared up so fast. Y'all have no idea. It was like, it just started to slowly like fade away, and I could see the differences right away. So your body will always tell you when something's going on, and you gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to it. And I know so many people have been diagnosed with different things, especially diabetes. Like, please, we can take better care of ourselves, guys. And please don't be like how I was several years ago. Young Cookie was definitely really tripping. I was really tripping back then. So please don't be like me, especially if you're younger. All my younger ladies out there, man, you guys I worry about y'all, because I get a lot of questions from you guys in my DMs on Instagram and stuff like that. So my younger ladies, you got to take care of yourself. If you're in college, you got to take care of yourself. Don't fall into the meal plan trap, Do you believe in the theory that you can never outrun a bad diet? Absolutely. You can't. You cannot. You cannot. You can't outwork a bad diet. So if you're not eating well and you're thinking like, oh, well, I'm just going to eat crap and then I'm just going to work it off, it's just not going to work. So many things can happen. Okay, first of all, you're probably going to have to work so hard that you're going to cause an injury to yourself. And then when you become injured, now you still have that bad habit of eating poorly and you can't work it off. So now what are you going to do? Right. So, yeah, it absolutely, it is 100% impossible. If there's somebody out there doing it, I like to see them. I like to see them. But yeah, you cannot outwork a bad diet. You have to eat well. You have to eat well. You have to be purposeful with what you're eating and with your choices that you're making. And even with your exercise is such a small, tiny part of it. It's a small part of it, but diet is really, really big. Really big. I have noticed all these certain eating lifestyles out here. It's very overwhelming. You don't know what to go by. Vegan, keto, paleo. Oh my gosh. Yes. There are so many things out there and you should choose the thing that works best for you. A lot of you guys don't even know that I'm vegetarian. It's not something that I ever really put out there. And the reason that I don't talk about it too much is because I don't want you all to think that you have to become vegetarian in order to lose weight. When I lost my weight, just to be clear, I ate a very regular meat included diet. I didn't, and I also did not eat any particular diet, meaning I was not on low carb. I was not on, I strictly went based on calories. So that is what I personally did. I do not have anything against keto. I don't necessarily have anything against low carb, but you just have to do what works well for you. For the Cookie Miller coaching clients, we have a private Facebook group. And last week or the week before, I do a live on there every week with them. And we were talking about this exactly. We were talking about basically being able to choose a diet that works best for you. And it's not that all of those diets need to be considered they don't work and it's just too many things out here. It's just what is going to work well for you. If you're someone who doesn't like to eat avocado and nuts or peanut butter and stuff like that, or you don't like bacon, I don't know. If you don't like those things, why would you go keto? You're not going to enjoy it. If you're somebody who really does like breads and pastas and things like that, then why are you going to try to go low carb? Right? Because then when you do that, now you're completely just putting yourself into a position where you're already going to be unhappy. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're unhappy, then you're going to feel like you're missing out on something, and then it's just going to reflect. So you have to choose something that works more, coincides with your lifestyle. For me, I just chose to go based on calories in the beginning. And I still go based on calories and or macronutrients now. And that works best. I don't do keto. I don't do low carb. I can't even think of the other diets that are out there, but I don't do any of that. And I also want to point out that being vegan or vegetarian is not a diet in that sense. So whoever asked that question, please don't categorize it as such. That's not, if you're doing it for that reason, then I guess you would view it as a diet. But it's not a diet. It's not something that I'm doing for any type of health reasons, for any type of benefit or weight loss benefit. It's just an ethical choice that I made to become vegetarian. So yeah, I just want to make sure that I put that out there. Talking for all my vegans out here and all my vegetarians, we be taking that stuff real personal. So anyway, y'all, I hope that you guys have learned some valuable information in this video. I hope that you are encouraged. Please be encouraged. You can absolutely 100% do this. Get out of your own way. 2020 is coming, and it's coming quick, whether you are ready or not. So you might as well get ready. You might as well strap in. We are going into 2020 so strong. If you want to join me and go into 2020 with me as your coach, then you can definitely submit an application at cookiemiller.com/apply. If somebody wants to type that into the chat, that would be helpful. But cookiemiller.com/apply, and you can put in an application, and then we can get on a phone call and you and I can discuss what your goals are for 2020. And we're going to go into that thing. We're going to go into it, making so much progress. So anyway, guys, look out for a new video from me that will go out probably at the beginning of next week. I'm going to be talking about something I know you guys want to hear about. And if you're just coming in, please feel free to watch the replay. I am going to leave this video up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.